So, what happened on the last session, Drelvo Redenbach?
Excessive escalation.
That pretty much sums it up. You left Orthor by to try and find Kelnaz, and then you came back to Orthor by, and that's where Kelnaz is.
Uh-huh.
It also turned out we didn't need to do late registration because he already registered us.
Yep, pretty much. Let's get into character a little bit. We're not going to do the best Omake theater because we're going to save that for one where everybody is here. So instead, Clan of Martha opens up a restaurant. Come up with a name, type of restaurant, some food choices, and what position your character is in charge of. This is a group effort.
For some reason, I can only picture Kasna being the chef, but that's also the worst place for Kasna, I think.
I'm sorry, where is the safe place to put Kasna?
Is it working with food or working with people? Concern.
Kasna can be the wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man out front.
So he's in advertising then.
Stands out front in a panda costume and spins a sign.
Okay.
I like it.
The panda costume is obligatory.
And on fire.
I mean, it didn't start that way.
Houndrel is cashier. And waiter. Houndrel is all the waiters.
Houndrel is cashier, and then Houndrel is waiter.
I can just picture it. All the waiters are just a whole bunch of houndrels all in suits.
Black.
Yeah. That unfortunately makes oh wait, we got Fionlar. Yeah, Fionlar can cook.
Can he, though?
He knows how to use a microwave.
Can he, though?
Chef Mike.
Chef Mike.
Don't you remember that Fionlar doesn't know where food comes from?
No, that's Houndrel. Fionlar doesn't know where money comes from.
Right.
Between that is maybe we should reverse this. Houndrel should be in the kitchen and Fionlar should be manning the cash register.
Just for maximum fuckery.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what are we selling? What's a dish? Crab soup?
Crab cakes.
Crab cakes? Are they fresh or frozen?
Frozen, obviously. Time frozen.
Time frozen.
Mostly we just sell Old Bay, occasionally with potatoes.
Okay, so you're making crab cakes. Fionlar is manning the register. Houndrel is cooking, and Kazna is advertisement, wearing a panda costume because that relates.
Nothing says seafood like a dancing panda.
Well, what's our restaurant name?
I don't know, Chicken Emporium. The West Cafe.
West Cafe.
Umar style refurbished seafood.
Refurbished seafood.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Refurbished.
Refurbished
That is
seafood.
Refurbished sea.
horrible.
What is the most
God.
troubling thing you could say?
Okay, I think we're in the proper mentality to play Dro campaign now.
Slightly brain damaged.
Yep.
Drain Bramage.
So you're in Kelnaz's office, and he just explained to you, "Oh, I already registered you and Houndrel for classes. You didn't need to fill out those late forms. They must have sent the letters before I got all the paperwork in."
If you will excuse me, I needed to go talk to a headmaster about a Drider corpse. I stand up and I walk out.
360. Walk backwards.
Kelnaz,
Turn 360 degrees and then walk away.
which because he's Houndrel, he could do that. Like,
I mean, can Houndrel moonwalk any better than the rest of us?
Houndrel just walks forward, backwards.
He walks forward, but away.
I was thinking he would turn 360 degrees, walk forward, make a portal to take him where he wants to go.
Fuck off. Just salute. Fuck off.
You know, someday we might find out, like, why that's a terrible idea for you to keep breaking the timeline.
Ah,
You know?
that's okay.
Someday.
I mean-
You will. Like, out of character, you will. Don't you worry.
But
Don't you
will it
worry.
make
Don't
us
you
stop?
worry, child.
It's too late.
Your
I worry.
GM's got a plan for you.
I am the worry. It is me.
Anyway, Kelnaz watches Houndrel walk away and turns back to Fionlar and is like, is he going to be all right?
Well, someone's going to be all right.
No, that is exactly the wrong way to put that.
I'm going to stop asking questions so that I have plausible deniability.
I come back and it's like he wasn't in his office.
That was very fast.
Yes.
Would you two like to see your schedules that I registered you for several months ago?
Yes, please.
He produces a couple of papers from his desk, slides them over to you. They're identical. They just say independent study, and the instructor is listed as Kelnaz.
Well then, that
If you'd like to see them, I can also show you the proposals that he air quotes, you submitted to me and I approved as your headmaster. It involved research projects on the surface world.
Well, that's convenient.
You did tell me you were planning on going up there. I
Mhm.
assume that was why you didn't show up for classes for so long.
Yeah,
you
we
would assume
actually
correctly.
we just returned about a week ago. Is that actually out of character? Is that correct?
I mean, considering that it's Houndrel, does it matter?
Because there was the Lunar Reaping Festival.
Mm-hmm.
From the time we got to the underground to now would probably be about 2 weeks, but a lot of that was spent traveling within Chelosuzeloth,
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
including the 3-day journey back and forth from Orthor to Orthor
Mm-hmm.
Clan Umarth.
Fast travel.
Kelnaz says, well, my students, what did you learn on the surface world?
My curse is broken. That's new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Oh.
fixed Gazna.
Congratulations. Remind me what that means.
He can now control his magic, and also has access to every element of sorcery.
Every element? That's quite interesting.
I'm a little unclear on that part.
I'm learning more.
I just gesture over to Cosmo.
Spontaneously or huge, like hand-waving finger quotes, in dreams.
Yep, giant sea turtle, lion turtle.
Fuck your sea turtle cat.
Let's return to the curse issue. I'm still not entirely clear about that. I remember the demonstrations that you gave me the last time that you were here. And what exactly did you do on the surface world that broke this curse? Was it some form of magical ritual, perhaps?
Well, Kazna, it was your curse. Maybe you should explain.
There was a space rock?
There
Sky rock?
was a dude.
No, Kazna,
yes.
explain from the beginning.
We went to a surface king that my maybe parents were there, and well, there was big horrible monsters and stuff, and they were eating my mind. It was great, and I got worse and hostile, and they wouldn't let me touch something. Cough. Oh shit. Anyway. Ooh, and there's this dude with like a crown and gray fire. That sounds familiar. I was able to cast gray fire. That happened. I did some stuff with it. Yeah. So we met this guy with a crown and gray fire, and we like defeated him. And I grabbed his crown and I tried to put it on, but I broke it on accident. And now I feel so much better. I don't feel like my blood is full of Cheeto dust.
I see.
Do you really? Because we don't.
And we were there.
Well, thank you for that explanation, Kazna. He turns to Houndrill, then turns to Fionlar and says, "Perhaps you could fill in some of the holes in his account."
We came across, to start at the very beginning, we came across some lore that a long time ago there was what basically amounted to an evil rock fell from the sky.
Yeah, and you know that one episode from the TV show Torama where there's a giant rock thing flying towards the earth and they shot it back?
Trotorama?
God.
What?
Like Futurama, but that was a stretch, Hayden.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
really bad. But like, so one of the powers this evil rock had, I say evil, but I don't actually know if it was evil.
But I never felt more alive.
The historical records were unclear. They referred to it as being some sort of horrible magic that was a blight upon the land where it landed.
Mm-hmm. But one of the powers it had was to literally unmake things. Like, not destroy, not vaporize, just unmake. There would be something, and then there would be nothing.
I find that fairly hard to believe. The fundamental laws of nature and magic mean that
If you'd like to come to the surface world with us, we can show you an entire plains that used to exist, but no longer does.
perhaps you could give me the rough area, mark it on a map. I could ask the Highland Raiders to go check it out.
Oh yeah, if we pull out the map, just meow.
these many miles.
So who has the map? Does Nimeril have the map?
I think Houndrill has the map because Houndrill carries everything.
Kelnaz has his own map that he asks you to mark the
Oh, okay.
location on.
Mm-hmm. And so we
Does
just
it have the appropriate area on it? Because we had a heck of a time finding a map.
yeah, seriously.
Or are we just thinking like it's off kind of farther over this way?
More it's off kind of farther over this way.
Like here, I point on the table.
So if you follow the northern coast of the Mist Sea around this away, it's kind of over. Well, it would be kind of over here if the map came that far.
I see.
Well, basically, what happened was there was a Halm kingdom that decided to utilize this power, and for some reason, this power also had affected Cosmo.
This would be because his parents were there.
Mm-hmm. As far as we can tell. But after that point, we don't really know what happened, or at least I don't. Cosna interacted with the Cursed Crown, which was made out of a fragment of this space rock, this sky rock, and then he wasn't cursed anymore. That's all I know.
And then we left in quite a hurry.
What happened to the crown?
It broke.
Broke. Not was unmade, like the other things.
Yeah, it just broke.
Hmm.
I accidentally.
He
Wow.
does that a lot.
You said something about gray fire?
Yeah, I could like hold out my fingers and pew pew, this fire came out.
The destructive magic that destroyed without leaving anything behind, it seemed to manifest primarily as, again, it looked like flames, only colorless gray.
We had taken to calling it gray fire, mostly because of that.
Colorless fire still burns hot, huh?
Only it didn't so much give off heat as just consume whatever it touched.
Mm-hmm.
And you could cast this fire like sorcery?
Yeah, when I was at my worst, yeah.
At least twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it seemed like every time I did it, I got worse. But like the fire got stronger, if that makes sense. But mentally, I got worse.
So it exerts a strain on whoever uses it.
It made me. I see people would say mad. I guess.
Mad like angry?
Yeah, like hostile and crazier than normal. I guess.
Do you remember Addy Marca?
He stares into the middle distance for a moment.
Just War flashbacks.
And then there's an anime flashback.
Yes, I do remember Adimarca Velvla's Res.
At the peak of his corruption, she very vehemently did not trust his agency. She did not trust him.
I don't know her personally well enough to understand exactly what that means, but I take your meaning quite clearly, Fionlar. Can you still summon this gray fire?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Don't think so.
Don't think so. Please no.
I don't think I've tried to do it since I broke the crown.
Please not here. Please, I want to
Hmm.
still be a student to come tomorrow.
I'd really like for Cello Suthaloth to still be here in the morning.
I mean, but the curse is broken. Like, I can control my power. If I could hypothetically still do it, I could just make like a little bit.
Why don't you step into my magical Faraday cage and try?
Okay.
Oh yeah, he also has the most ridiculous looking. His affinity turned into ice sorcery, and it's the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I just casually do. I don't know. I make like rainbow snowflakes around me.
Kelnaz is like, huh, I've seen that trick before. And Ilhardro did that. Had to be at least 20 years ago that they graduated. No idea whatever happened to him.
Oh, seen rainbow ice before?
Oh, yes. It's just like he uses some light sorcery to conjure an ephemeral projection of a pixie, holds it in his hand, and as he's speaking, makes it like change colors through the rainbow spectrum, like it's a old 90s Windows screensaver or something. Like, many different elements can be manipulated at their fundamental level, but also this could be, in your case, considered an elementary form of high arts. By mixing together light sorcery and ice sorcery, you can change the color or the light refraction of the ice to make it appear or reflect different wavelengths of light.
But
It's a neat trick and illustrates well the base.
what if I add more?
Excuse me?
What if I added more elements to it? Like, does that
is
mean
further steps of high arts. Becomes increasingly difficult to control and maintain successfully, but there have been mages who are capable of performing immense feats of magical complexity with high arts involving multiple different elements.
like how many?
The most I've ever heard that I've read in an account was 7.
Damn.
Has such a thing been done since the Cataclysm?
No. Since the Cataclysm, we've lost much of the esoteric knowledge necessary to perform such feats of high art,
So
and with the concentration of mana foci in the underworld, being able to simply cast with the aid of magical foci is often a much easier and equally effective option.
well, maybe I'll show you 2 things in the mana cage thing.
He opens the door. Please proceed.
I enter.
What do you do first?
I'm a back away from the cage.
I'm I'm ready to just portal.
I guess I attempt gray fire, and I just say out loud gray fire and stick out my hands.
So Gazda says gray fire and sticks out his hands.
Yes.
There is an awkward pause while Gazda holds his hands out and nothing happens.
Well, mystery solved.
Oh boy. Thank God.
Well, here's the other
think
thing
you
I
mean
guess.
thank Sharis.
Thank everyone.
Sharis, bless us, everyone.
Charis, everyone.
I'm going to do a cone of elements. I'm going to do darkness, fire, air, earth, lightning, light, and frost. 7.
Okay,
Do you have all that already?
Yes.
so base
Sharis.
difficulty Base difficulty is 6 because you're starting with ice, or rather, it's 7 because you're doing a high art, and multiple elements. Your second raises you to 8, your third raises you to 9, your fourth raises you to 10, your fifth, sixth, and seventh mean that you fail at casting this.
Oh.
So Kazna like holds out his hands and strains real hard. Oh, also there's no fire in this room, so
Okay.
you need to light a match or something. I'm assuming you do that,
Yeah.
or hit a spark on a spark plate or something. So Kazna like makes this spark and then strains real hard. And now Kazna, I am going to have you roll something though.
Okay.
I'm going to have you roll intelligence plus mana arts, difficulty 10, and just see what happens.
See if you pass out.
Basically, that's what we're rolling to see if you strain so hard that you give yourself an aneurysm or something.
Would I use
It's a loud popping
Or
sound, and then blood
would I
pours out
use-
of Cos's
would I
face.
use my 5th stat ability overload that would give me more dots from mana arts? Or no,
you
because
want
this is
to.
different.
I mean, if you want to use that, you can.
I might as well,
I
it's
could
more
believe
dice.
it. Like this is the mechanics, emergent mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Derp.
Pretty good.
Reroll those 10s.
And the 10s count double.
Yep.
So +3.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Take 3 damage, lose 3 aura.
Oh, okay.
As Kazna strains real fucking hard on this spell. And you all see the beginnings of a spell form in his hands. You see the fire and the ice and lightning and some darkness, and then it just explodes in his face and putters out of existence. And he lurches over, and Kelmaz grabs the side of the cage, yells, "You idiot! Why would you try to do that?"
Well, that's the Cosno we've come to know.
I thought I could do it. I can do all of them independently.
He opens the cage and he comes in and he starts checking you out. Kazna does have a nosebleed now, and his eyes are very bloodshot. Keldaz forces one of your eyelids open, looks at your pupils, tells you to track, holds up a finger, is like, track my finger with your eyes, does some basic first aid checking, check the scene, check the person.
It's not safe.
It is not safe because Kazna is here. And then stands up, says, "That was incredibly reckless, and I expect you, and I don't understand why you thought that would work. You haven't been properly trained in how to harness all of those elements at the same time, much less practiced it with a smaller scale application first. You
Thought I
have
could do it.
you have no formal magic training. I just remembered that. So I guess this was partially my fault, since I should have given you more instruction, first of all. Specifically instructed you not to do that. Well, come out of the cage. Take a rest."
he's coming out of the cage and he's doing just fine.
He's not doing fine, though.
I'm almost dead.
Kelnaz turns back to the two of you. "So what was this about something he wasn't allowed to touch?"
I look at Fionlar and it's like, I don't remember.
It was right in the heat of when we were there in the kingdom with the monsters and the weird gray firestorm. But he was acting weirdly covetous, insisting that he be allowed to just claim all of these treasures. Basically, we decided it best not to let him touch anything.
What treasures? Halm gold?
Gold, jewels. We didn't want to let him touch the crown, but he was the only one who could.
We basically didn't want him to let him do anything. He was, how they say, what's the word? A megalomaniac at that point.
The Gray Fire sounds very dangerous then. Not only to anything that it is used on, but also to whomever uses it.
It almost killed us a couple of times, and Kazna a couple of times, yes. Is what happened to your jaw related to the Grey Fire, Kazna?
Oh yeah.
Indirectly, as I recall.
Yeah, that's right. I don't fully understand, other than some witch lady was very upset that I had gray fire power in me or something, and was calling me an idiot.
And then you volunteered to eat one of her spiders.
I was going to get power. Come on,
Man.
that's not fair. She's like, oh, if you do this, like, it'll make you super strong. And I'm like, well, I'll take 2.
Out of character, she did not promise that it would make you strong.
What did she say? I want to know. Did she literally just say, eat this, and you were like, okay?
That's almost exactly what happened.
Wasn't it something like, eat this and like become my slave? And you said yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yep, that's how it went down. You're not wrong.
And yeah,
I was in a cave. I was alone. I was scared.
I'm sorry, says Kelnot. Which?
Oh, we found a, what was it? A, Drowloth? Or actually, I think she was originally a Drider. I'm still very confused about that. Oh, speaking of which, I leave again to go check on,
Kelnaz
Ashuathama.
yeah.
Kelnaz pinches the bridge of his nose between his thumb and forefinger and turns to Fionlar. I think it would be most productive if you explained things from now on.
That might be accurate. So, this was one of the more strange incidents in our journeys on the surface. We happened upon a home community that appeared to be under the protection of, well, which is not a terribly inaccurate term. Whatever she was originally, Drider is perhaps our best guess. She had perhaps changed into something different, something a little more monstrous. She was formidably powerful and did not take kindly to Kazna's existence.
Why do you say witch? What sort of sorcery was she using? I'm sure the Holmes all thought her a goddess or something.
As they do.
Yeah, be more specific. What sorts of magic did she do?
We knew her to be capable of earth sorcery, at the very least. She appeared to be manipulating the plants and animals of the forest through some means. I'm trying to think. What else did she do? We believe that she had granted some sort of magic to the Halms themselves.
Kelnaz snorts, but does not interrupt you.
And through, well, it would make the most sense if it had been her own workings that transformed her into whatever shape it was that she had, which off the top of my head, I don't entirely remember what her physical description was.
Fjalnar was there whenever Kazna killed her, right?
Yes.
She was a Drowloth woman. She just was covered in like it looked like she was wearing clothes made out of moss and vines and lichens and bark and stuff like that.
Okay. That's right, because we kept getting her confused with the other thing.
The Leshen.
The Leshen.
That was,
That's the section where I get really mixed up in all the like proper nouns and stuff, because there was a lot of, I don't know, confusion.
Yeah, because you guys encountered the Leshen and thought that was the corpse witch, but really it was not. It was one of her servants.
Okay. So, scratch that. She herself appeared to be a Drowloth woman just inhabiting the forest on the surface, and she had bound a surface monster, I believe Zimmerl called it a Leshen, to her service, among other things.
Kelnaz shakes his head. I'm not familiar with that word.
I barely understand it. It's some sort of horrible horned surface creature that is large and carnivorous.
I see. So she had tamed it.
It seems that way. There may have been some sort of magical influence there as well.
I've heard of blood sorcerers using their magic to control animals. Possibly that. Is it possible that something like that was happening?
It's possible. Kazda murdered her very abruptly before we could ascertain too much about her.
He turns to Kazda, then turns back to Fionlar and asks, how did he murder her?
Greyfire. As
See.
we said, he's used it at least twice. That was the second time.
And the first?
Well, I suppose technically both times were in her presence. As I recall, the first time was when you escaped from when she kidnapped you.
I think the first time was an accident.
It's always an accident with you.
Well, I mean, like, I think the very first time, I just kind of said Greyfire. I don't remember why I said that. And then it happened. I don't think I aimed it at anything, though.
Just the sky.
Oh, right.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Can't tell if you're being serious right now, but either way, I want to smack you just a little bit.
I come
No,
back and
I,
like-
I actually don't recall.
You blew a hole in the moon.
He did what?
I did what?
He did. Also, now Balotz won't give me back my Dryder corpse.
Well, of course he won't. Why would you expect he would?
I don't know. Oh, I'm just angry that I'd lost a Dryder corpse.
Finders keepers?
Why did you have a Drider corpse?
We came across. Did Fionlog tell you about the crone or the witch or whatever we're calling her these days?
He's in the process. This Drider corpse, though?
Was what we thought her original body was. We found it later.
Apparently, it was among her possessions for reasons we don't fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
Kalnaz massages his temples and goes back to sit at his desk.
We should have told him to sit earlier.
All right.
Take a shot whenever the story sounds ridiculous.
He
So-
is dead.
Hey,
Go back.
this is our headmaster, not our Ilar.
Go back to the part about Kalnaz blowing a hole in the moon. Or not Kalnaz, Kazna.
The first time we saw the Greyfire as anything other than a corruption contained within a living creature was when Kazna ostensibly exploded.
Oh, that was the spider incident, wasn't
Yeah, none of us were there for this. As we mentioned, he had been kidnapped by the Drowloth woman, but from a great distance we saw a column of this gray flame shoot into the sky. A great explosion that, again, was seen and felt from, I'm not even sure how far, but it was enough to get our attention and to allow Kazna to break free of the witch. And in the aftermath of it, we noticed that apparently the column of the flame had gone far enough into the sky to leave a hole in Nerdia.
Okay,
Kalnaz
so
holds up a hand to stop whoever is about to talk. Says, "Excuse me a moment," and gets up and walks back into his private library. He returns in a few minutes with several rolled up charts and a couple of books. He clears off a place on one of his work tables, spreads out a couple of these, spreads out the papers, and opens the books. One of them is a diagram, like sort of like a picture of the solar system, but it's just
The lunar system.
yeah, it's a diagram of the lunar system with Tellus in the center, and it charts the orbital paths of the 9 moons. And there's another one that the other one roughly shows it's sort of like a constellation map. It's a star map, and it includes the positions of the moons and is broken up month by month. The books are astronomy books, old texts that talk about the positions of stars and constellations throughout the years and seasons and et cetera, et cetera. And Kelnaz looks through these a little bit and turns back to you and says, how long ago was it that this incident took place?
See, that would have been
2 months ago?
maybe a little less.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I see. He goes back to consulting the charts a little bit. He returns to his desk and sits down, and Gendo poses ominously. Approximately 2 months ago, there was a great earthquake in the underworld. I've received reports that this earthquake was felt as far away from Chell as New Cross Charette, and even in Mimianiad. Or excuse me, not Mimianiad, Feld. Reports from Feld and from Machike indicate that this earthquake did not follow standard geological patterns for earthquakes. We take seismic activity very seriously and have devoted no small amount of effort amongst the headmistresses and headmasters of Orthor into studying them. This particular earthquake not only did nobody predict this earthquake, nobody who was watching and listening at way stations designed for these research purposes was capable of pinpointing its location. All of our instruments that we use to track seismic activity returned data that made no sense whatsoever and should have been impossible. They indicated that the epicenter of the earthquake would have been approximately 100 miles northwest of New Cross Charette and several thousand feet or several tens of thousands of feet above the mantle of Tellus. From what you have told me, I have a new hypothesis. The earthquake was caused by a fragment of Nerdia crashing into Tellus.
Where? Okay, so we know. Okay, pause. Sorry, out of character. I need to write this down.
Yeah.
Because this sounds like side quest.
It might
Is
be.
it? Maybe.
It might be.
I mean, I know what Houndra wants a piece of the fucking moon.
I heard it's cheese.
So it was 100 miles.
Here, I can mark this for you
Okay.
on the actual map.
Moon maybe be here.
It's in the desert somewhere round in the desert area, because New Craw's like over here somewhere.
East of Halton Reeb, right? Southeast.
Southwest.
Yes, I put it on the map. Just an icon.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is we're playing Super Mario Odyssey now, boys.
But yeah, so Kelnaz Gendo poses and drops this knowledge bomb on you.
I raise my hand. Request to go find piece of moon.
He holds up a hand to shush you. Not until you've explained the rest of this story.
Let's see, where did we leave off then?
Not to be that guy. Not my fault.
I just deadpan. It's like, it's always your fault.
I didn't try to cast Great Fire when that happened. So, not my fault.
So, the moon exploded. What else? We tried to rescue Cosna. We managed to successfully rescue him. Or did...
He kind of came stumbling back to us.
Successful rescue. At which point the Drowloth woman, the witch, made an ultimatum. She had decided that Cosna was too powerful and too dangerous to keep living and asked us to kill him. Cosna took offense to this and then proceeded to kill her vis-a-vis Greyfire.
Thus scouring the entire landscape for several miles.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly very relieved that you can't do that anymore.
Yes. Yes, you are.
I can't help but think that it's such a waste, though. You killed somebody who was obviously a very powerful sorcerer. We could have learned so much from her.
But I would have had to die.
We could have learned so much from
I didn't want to die. You got me, you could learn from me. I could tell you stuff.
what stuff.
What do you want to know?
I want to know how you were able to cast this gray fire.
Finger guns.
That was profoundly unhelpful. I mean, where did you learn to do that? And why can you not do it now? You said you broke that crown made from a space rock that corrupted things around it?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
the
right.
corruption
He glossed over that part of the story, and we didn't go far enough back to pick up on it again. The origins of the gray fire corruption inside of Kazna, at least. We mentioned that there were monsters in and around the Helm Kingdom where the crown was.
Yes, I remember.
We encountered one of those same monsters roaming far afield earlier in our journey. Kazna touched it.
So the corruption can spread.
It would seem that way.
Are there any more of those monsters?
Near as we can tell, all of them died when Kazna broke the crown. The effect was rather immediate. The gray fire went out, and things around that area kind of started to fall apart.
I see. He idly glances over at his map of the surface world that you've marked and taps his finger on the section. So this would be where Kazna killed that witch, correct? And if I went up there, I would find a place where the land had not been burnt or excavated, but removed.
In large part, yes. Sort of a barren crater in the earth.
His eyes scan over the rest of the map slowly. What possessed you to go north of the Mist Sea and east of Nagisa?
We had it under good authority that that's where we would find the answer to Kazna's parentage.
The question of Kazna, as it were.
What authority was that?
Houndrill.
I had a vision.
You have visions now.
I used to. Back when right after I had my encounter with the I guess we call it the time machine. Out of character. Kael'thas knows everything. We explained everything about the time machine to Kael'thas, right?
No, you did not.
Yikes.
I don't remember having that conversation.
Kel'Thas leans forward, Gendo posing harder. Time machine?
I still think that's a stupid name. I mean, what does it do? Manufacture time?
Yeah, time machine.
No, but
there was-
explain the time machine.
Oh,
what,
I thought.
What in the world is a time machine?
Oh, good.
As unbelievable as it sounds, we went back in time during the cataclysm.
Back
Or
in
so
time,
they say.
during the cataclysm.
Mhm.
That's not what you told me. You
Wasn't
told
it
me
during-
you went to the Nidrachal War.
Oh, out of character. I'm sorry. I get those two mixed up again a
Gotcha.
lot.
Houndrill
fine.
does too.
I don't know
Good
when
canon
time
now.
things happen. I don't understand time. It just like things happen in an order. For some people, it's different in a different order than others.
All right. Just take a deep breath, I guess, and try to remember what happened.
Oh, do you remember how we originally met? That we were searching for Celise?
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, it was because we met her during the cataclysm.
You mean the Nidrachal War?
Nidrachal War. Please substitute
Alright.
the word Nidrachal War whenever I say cataclysm.
I understand.
Um,
I wasn't aware that you had fought in the Nidrachal. Which side did you fight on?
we didn't. Well, we didn't when it first happened, but we.
So you were civilians caught in the middle of the Nidrachal War. I understand. There were many people like that. It's a miracle that you survived.
Yeah, this was like, what, a year ago?
The Neutrochal War was...
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go get some coffee. Does anyone else want coffee?
I want
yes,
coffee.
please.
You know about my semblance, right?
It's not my semblance. God damn it. I can't be that mad at you, though, because I am also Ruby trash.
To be honest, until
When
you,
does Volume 6 come out?
after you, I
It
only
came out.
realized.
They're
It
on
did?
chapter
What?
2.
Oh, what the fuck? I missed it.
I haven't
Okay.
watched it, but
Okay, to be fair, I didn't realize that said semblance until I after 5 seconds of you started laughing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I used the right word. No, I didn't, did I?
okay.
I mean, we've got
so-
2 different settings where you have a nebulous thing called aura, which manifests as some sort of physical power called a affinity. The word is affinity.
Anyway, so Kalnaz says, yes, you have demonstrated your affinity to me before.
Turns out my father used to keep this machine. It's probably originally of Uka origin, but my affinity is the result of that machine mostly.
Okay, how?
A shrug.
That's not a satisfying answer in the slightest.
I know. I would like some time to investigate it.
That is so much more. I can't help but think that is so much more important than anything that you found or thought to look for on the surface world.
We had priorities at the time, and it's been something I've been meaning to get back to, but haven't found the time for.
I question the ordering of your priorities, but please continue. What about this machine gave you your affinity?
It seemed to be a machine that allowed people or elves to transport themselves through time.
What do you mean by through time?
As in, 1 year ago, I interacted with this machine, and it sent us, I don't even remember how many years, in character and probably out of character, to the Nietzsche War.
2 years.
So yeah, it sent us back in time 2 years to the Nietzsche War.
Like your portals, it took
Yes.
you from one place and put you in another.
Yes.
I think I follow.
Mm-hmm. But what happened was we were a part of the fight between the Nietzschal and Celise Valcharin the
Okay.
day the Empress died.
Okay,
Um,
Keldaz stands up from the table. What did you just say?
I forgot that was not common knowledge.
Fine, you don't have to repeat it. You don't have to repeat it. Just shut up. Right now, shut up. Don't you say another word. He is angry. He is staring daggers at the door. He slowly walks out from behind his desk and towards the front door of his office. He looks back at you and makes eye contact, makes sure that you are making eye contact back with him, holds up one finger over his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like shush. Then in a swift motion, he undoes the mana lock and sticks his head out into the tower. He looks left, right, up, and down, and then pulls his head back in and closes the door. I don't think anybody was out there. He returns to his desk and sits down, leans close towards you guys, and whispers, "We can't continue this conversation. Those lines while we are here. You will write an account of the rest of this story down on these parchments I provide to you. You will seal them in wax and then put them in the safe box to the left of my bed in the back room. I am going to go to the central crescent and I am going to the library. I am going to do my best to find out whether I am being followed. Once you have put your account on this parchment and sealed it and placed it in a to stay the night at an inn not in the Sharon districts. You are going to return tomorrow. There will be a note for you in the safe deposit box. The mana lock on my door let you in. Instructions will be on that paper. You will follow them to the letter. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Good. He stands up, gathers a few things, says, well then, graduate students, I remember that I have a meeting, that I have some important tasks to take care of, and, well, your coursework is on these papers. I'd like you to be working on that. As you can see, you'll need to go and get some supplies, so I expect you'll be gone for a day or so, but it's likely you won't see me for a little while. I've got lots of tasks to take care of. I'm quite busy. Well, see ya, bye-bye, and leaves the room.
Well, hey guys, I came back. It was a pretty short line. The coffee. Where'd Kel'Naz go?
You would have passed him in the tower on his floater, carrying several bags and looking very, very intently around and up and down.
So he has some instructions to follow. I turned to Fionlar as soon as he walks into the room. Is like, I overshared.
God damn it, how thrill.
You are the worst spy.
Some things are supposed to be private. Can't just go around posting every detail of your personal life on Drowbook.
Everything is public information if you can find it. I have to remember what we've told people. We've told Sulaun pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, she doesn't understand all of it or believe you about half of it. And the other half is so disjointedly related to her that she can't possibly put it all into context with itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's definitely nothing that we deliberately hid from her, I don't think.
Didn't
There might be
we?
stuff that we never mentioned, but I don't think there was anything.
Vanaheim.
I don't think we've talked to her about the.
We did mention Vanaheim.
You told her about Vanaheim? I forgot about that.
Because
we
Addie
did.
Barca got really up and, pissy about it.
Oh, right.
And she knows about Arabelle too.
Yeah.
She doesn't know about the 3 stones and the gems, I don't think. Well, I think she knows about it. Like, we've told her that this is a thing we're looking into. I don't think she knows about the fact that we have Din's ruby.
But that, honestly, as I recall, that was more of a question of, we've got a lot of big shit to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. I'm going to go over the steps. Write a letter. Put
it
in
the
lockbox.
That
And then
box in another box.
yeah, put the box in another box. Wait, is that serious? I don't actually
No.
remember. So put it in the lockbox. Do we leave before, or will we wait for the response?
So the whole point of leaving it in the box is that we leave.
Mm-hmm. So we put it in the box, leave, and stay at an inn, not in the Sharon district. Someone will come by, give us. Oh, we will get a response somehow, right?
You're supposed to come back to his office and
The next day.
Oh,
and get his response out of the same box.
A part of me kind of wishes that instead of filling you in, I just feel like I was out of the room at that point.
and then Cosmo remembers,
God, good one.
and then follow the instructions on the letter.
To the letter.
Instructions on the letter to the.
Kel'Naz will know. He knows
Quite
it
a simple
all.
plan.
How many things do you think we've ruined today? In in the span of 30 minutes.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Kel'Naz knows about us fighting the Nidotrol in the Shard district, right? Did we tell her about our encounter with Ganon and Mitnick?
Nope, because you haven't talked to him since that happened.
I thought we we sent him a report because we have secret.
No, yeah, that's right. He does know about that.
We have secret report channels.
Yeah, you have a dead drop.
Okay, good. I should figure out everything an NPC knows before I start speaking.
It's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. So, Houndrel says, the order of events, the order of what Kelnaz told you to do. And what happens next?
I guess I start writing.
Okay. Assume that. Do you guys want anything to happen while Houndrel is writing his account?
No, I don't think I got anything.
Nope. And so I will put it in the lockbox and lock it.
Yeah, the lockbox in question is open currently and empty. So you put your account in there, you close it, and it automatically locks. And do you tell Fionlar why, what happened while he was gone?
I just whispered to him, it's like, I mentioned the queen might be dead. Empress.
I just kind of glare at him and just be like, don't do that.
It's like, I'm sorry. It's like,
We should go. We have homework.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to fall behind.
My existence is pain.
I guess we leave, or attempt to.
Okay. Need everybody to roll wisdom plus perception.
Ba-ba-ba.
Do I have a perception? What is it again? It's not combat.
It is in combat.
Cool. So you exit Kelnaz's office and are in the interior of the tower. Your floaters are still, your little floating Segway thingies are still there. What do?
I guess it's like, so we need to get supplies, right? There's the things that we need for our classes.
Kind of looks that way. I don't know. I didn't look at it too closely.
Do you want to head out and maybe check to see if we can buy some of the supplies in the surrounding area? Orthor doesn't have a shop, does it?
Not really. It has a glorified supply closet.
Somehow I also picture Orthor having a fairly healthy student black market,
It does have that, yes.
but that's not like a storefront you can go to.
The student black market is for a distributed network.
It's a grassroots effort.
Yeah, it's like how you can probably buy Ritalin on any college campus in the nation, but none of them have coordinated to all sell Ritalin. More just like, I know a guy.
It's a college campus, and everybody knows a guy. Or if they don't know a guy, they know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
Or they are the guy.
How many price
Or
hikes
you
do you
are
have
the
to
guy.
go through? Houndrel was the guy.
I have it on fairly good authority that there's a lot of stuff I have access to within 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Like a
Yep.
disturbing amount.
I feel like Houndrel was a guy when he was in school. And just sneak out and go into the Sharon district and bring smuggle things in.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking there's not really a storefront from that now that Houndrel's not here.
So, where do you go?
I guess we head out of Orthor first of all,
Okay.
but to where? I don't know, because all of this is Sharon, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, Orthorby is literally a semi-independent island just off of the Sharon district.
Yep.
We could go to the Vlazres.
So nearby options are the Vlazres, the Silson Rune, the Guild of Flowers, and the baddest lands.
The worst land.
Maybe
In
not
case
that
instead of
one.
an inn, you would like to sleep in fire.
Guild of Flowers sounds good. Oh, the Curals, right.
Yeah.
Oh. Is there a
It's
straight
like-
shot there, or do we have to go through the worst lands?
There's a little
Here, I'm guessing the map doesn't show it well.
yeah, there's a little
Okay, the map
Bridge
doesn't show
here.
anything well.
this river turns into a
I say,
bridge.
what is this?
don't worry about it. It's fine.
The Jeldarius, the lake turns into a bridge
Anyway,
over a river.
as you are leaving Davia Tower, you see, or somebody like Fjalmar, you see Benira Valsalisenrune walking along the campus near the crescent. She also notices you and waves and is like, "Hey, Fjalmar," and starts coming over to you.
Oh no. Hey!
I wave, hey!
Benira gets over to where you guys are. It's like, Fionlar, you're back? Did you actually take classes? I heard you got in with Kelmaz. You're doing some kind of grad project with him.
Yeah, we're class buddies.
Oh yeah, you're that Beldrabian he's hanging out with now.
Yeah, me. I have name
Do you though?
most
Do
of
you
the time.
really?
Sometimes.
Look, Fionlar, what's up? We should get coffee. You have coffee already. I should get coffee and you should come with.
I mean, can it wait? Kelnaz has sent us out to get some supplies for next project.
And we're already like 3 months late.
It's
I feel that. That's entirely me. All of grad school, constantly. Which is why it's okay if you take a few minutes to get coffee with me. Come on, it's not like you're going to be less late.
I mean, if you think Kelnaz isn't going to eat me for this.
Oh, Kelmaz is a big softie. Or so I've heard. I've never actually taken any classes from him because, girl.
Yeah. Getting
But
to
I've
actually go to the
heard-
libraries in the Crescent without having 3 different passes and a fucking bodyguard.
Wait, he lets you do that without a bodyguard? Maybe he isn't a softie.
I met you.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, listen, Snadia Rune isn't here right now, so I can fuck off of my responsibilities for a bit. We've both got free time. Let's get coffee.
Well, let's gotta look over at Houndrel.
I shrug.
Alright, let's do it.
I'm here too.
Who?
It's like
I
we don't
stand
have
here.
names. We can't make decisions.
I'm
We
Joe
don't
Sue.
for
I don't
coffee
make
too.
decisions.
I mean, the Sioux only kind of has a name. He's got 1 name.
Oh, ew.
Do I technically have 3?
How many of them do you feel like counting? Because I could get you up to 4.
Oh no, that's too high a number.
Houndrel Umarth Val Beldrabian?
Houndrel Kshatriya Umarth
Right.
Valdelderbayan.
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
I'm Kazna.
I'm Kazna.
I'm just a peasant boy. Nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
So, Benira leads you into the Crescent, actually, off to one of the weird side hallways that is obviously more for graduate students than it is for anybody else. Leads you into a little, break room.
Quick pause. Is it now canon that Orthor Bai has secret passages for grad students?
Yes.
Good.
They're not so much secret as, you ever go to, places at IU where it was oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I don't have enough degrees. And you just could get that feeling.
It's just like the talking paintings from Harry Potter, except you need a minimum amount of suffering and or degrees.
Somewhere there's a headmistress of Valstilis and Rune who just continually emanates that feeling.
Yeah, or something like that. You have to go up an elevator somewhere at one point. It's really out of the way. You get weird looks from a bunch of the women who are but they're obviously either too busy with their own thing or trying to look busy with something or weeping softly about a deadline to bother with any of you.
Kosna, don't make eye contact with any of them.
For both for their and your safety.
I'm not a professional. Okay, continue.
So Benira leads you up to her office. It's a couple of rooms, very cluttered, with books and papers and notebooks and stuff.
There are approximately 0 windows. There are negative
there-
3 windows.
Yeah, no, this is in the center of Orthor Bai. There's no windows.
It is all lit with fluorescent lighting. Really shitty,
Yep,
shitty mana gem lighting.
really shitty mana lights. Yeah. She clears off several books from a table to reveal a Manatech coffee maker. Digs
Yes.
a bag of beans out from behind several stacks of theses, puts it on, makes coffee. It's so, how's your project going? Never mind. I don't like where that. I don't want to answer whenever you inevitably ask me how my project is going. So instead, how's your mom?
She's doing well. I actually visited her just recently.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice.
Keeping busy with clan business as usual, but it's always
Yeah.
nice to catch up with her.
That's cool. That's cool. I still haven't met your mom, but I'd like to at some point.
I'm sure we could make that happen at some point.
Yeah. Do either of you want coffee? She like gestures at Houndrel and Kazna.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the machine's still running, so give it a minute. So, what have you been up to? Not school related.
I've been trekking around with sort of look over at Houndrel and Kazna.
I have a question for you.
You're kind of interrupting. He was talking.
No, I thought this is way more important. How do you feel about a dance hall?
A dance hall?
Yeah, a dance hall.
Oh no.
Like,
I'm just
Like-
gauging public opinion right now.
she
Harders like dancing, right?
I'm a Solicin rune.
Solicit runes like dancing, right? No, you guys like pillows?
I do really like pillows. She gets a dreamy look in her eye. I haven't slept in a week.
The coffee will be done soon, Vanira.
There's a Manatech sounding ping, ping, ping noise. It's not coming from the coffee maker. Vanira like
Is it
comes
coming
back to
from
her
Vanira?
senses. It's just like, oh god, they're already done, and like rushes over to the other side, like the other room of her 2-room office thing. You realize that the rooms, this one is incredibly cluttered. The other one is equally cluttered, but more with like Manatech devices and stuff. She runs over to one of those devices that is making the pinging noise and presses a couple of buttons. It makes some noises of gas escaping, like a long drawn out tss, and she pulls out a like large rectangular flat section of the machine. The machine is shaped about like kind of like a CNC machine, but not as tall. She pulls out this big thing, and you see that it's a glass case, rectangular glass case, with a stone tablet in it. Stone tablet has some carvings on it or something, but they're very old and have been eroded, so it's almost impossible to tell what they were, whether it was words or pictures or something else.
This is the worst looking cookie I've ever seen.
That's what I was thinking too.
And she carefully like sets it down, flips it turnwise, flips it over, and reinserts it into the machine, presses a couple of buttons, and then hits the button again, and the machine whirs to life. She comes back over. It's like, sorry about that. I forgot that I had set that to cook while I was gone.
Ah, I see. Making a good old college coffee.
What? Is the coffee done? Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
You must forgive Houndrel. He doesn't know where food comes from.
She looks up and like looks at Houndrel. Is like,
I'm just smiling.
yeah, I've had days like that. Here's your
There's
coffee.
one thing I know to get you through a day at Orthor by. It's the good old college coffee. The college coffee is a real thing, by the way. Well,
This is my special brew, so I don't know if you'll like it or not, but bottoms up. And she like downs her entire cup of coffee like she's chugging a beer.
wait. It's like I reach into one of my pockets, pull out a 5-hour energy, and pour it into my cup.
Okay.
I'm sure you have sugar in there.
Say, do you take your coffee with cream, sugar, Ritalin?
Xanax, Molly.
Have I told you guys
Toilets.
what a college coffee is, though?
What is a college coffee?
So you brew a cup of coffee, but instead of water, you use Red Bull.
Oh my god.
Oh
sounds
god, yeah, I have
disgusting.
heard of that.
And then afterwards, you put in
no.
a a full thing of 5-hour energy and a shot of vodka,
That's
and then
And then you go to the hospital.
and then you
go
dust
to
it with
the-
cocaine.
Then you go directly to the morgue.
Directly, you drive
not pass
yourself.
go.
You drive yourself to the morgue.
Hello, yes, I'd like to check in.
Can I make a reservation?
The Urban Dictionary example sentence is Tommy woke up for his 8 a.m. class and made a college coffee.
So yeah, Banira like downs this.
It's so unrealistic. You don't wake up for an 8 a.m.
Do you drink yours with 5-hour energy? Please roll Constitution, Kudasai.
This is not going to This is not going to end well. Guess what my con is?
3,
One.
2.
2.
Oh,
Cool. So as soon as the first gulp as soon as the first mouthful hits your tongue, you realize that Banira's special brew is basically just straight espresso.
I did this at college once.
Less. Did a
So-
shot of espresso mixed with 5-hour energy?
No, and just a cup of espresso. I went to Starbucks and asked for 5 shots of espresso in a normal cup.
They were like, "Are you okay?"
The barista did actually ask me if I was okay.
Yeah, that's a thing at Pizza X too. Stephanie complains that the baristas keep giving her shade.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, I want like a venti of, I don't remember what her normal order is, a venti some espresso drink with, I think it's 2 extra shots of espresso is like her default order. And the barista was like, that's like 5 shots of espresso, right? Are you okay?
So yeah, Houndrel, you are now uncomfortably energetic.
I can see space and time. Oh wait.
Banira seems nonplussed by the injection of caffeine. It's just like, so,
My pupils just dilate real big.
yeah, Houndrel is no longer on this planet.
I am
He can
tweaking.
see into infinity.
Banira's like, that's better. So what were we talking about?
The future is a wild place.
Do you have sugar for this?
She looks at you with a mixture of confusion and disgust. Sugar? In your coffee?
Here you go, Cosna. I pour another bottle of 5-hour energy.
Is
Oh,
this
no.
sugar?
Oh no.
I guess I smash it.
You
Oh
smash it.
no.
Roll Constitution. Please.
I'm a professional.
Kudasai.
Oh no.
Oh my. Kazna.
Welp.
Okay, so
Excuse me, Banira, do any of your associates need a cadaver to study?
she's like, no, I'm in the history and linguistics department. Why in the hell would we need a cadaver?
I mean, I'm not going to make assumptions right now.
Fair. Kazna, you are not just uncomfortably energetic, you are compelled to do some crazy energetic bullshit. Like, currently, I don't know, you're like gnawing on the coffee machine, or like,
You are halfway through eating your cup.
yeah, you're halfway through eating your cup or something like that.
Guys, I can see everything.
Oh no.
Guys,
Guys.
so I
have the
understand
best
why the
idea.
magic didn't work. It makes sense. It all
Oh,
makes
no.
sense.
Let's
What
go run a
magic?
marathon.
He's going to try again,
You
is
just
the
gotta
T.
do it again.
What
I understand.
No.
What's this
Guys.
crazy Drowsu talking about?
He's
Guys,
crazy is a pretty good word for it.
Guys.
Houndrel, I swear to fucking Charis, I will end you right now.
so he said the problem was too many elements. So you
Oh
gotta
no, what are you doing?
you do
Stop.
less, more. Can I do more? Well, I
Less.
don't know.
So
total
the
didn't
problem
come.
with Kazna, one of the problems with Kazna here, is that it turns out he has a fairly impressive natural talent for mana arts, but is a fucking peasant and has had no formal training at any point in his life.
Stuff like that is wasted on you people.
Rainbow,
No offense.
snow. Let's go right now.
Okay. I want you to roll for it.
Oh no, how much snow?
Well, I guess I'll use.
No.
Overload.
I have them. Oh,
Yes,
already
because
do.
you have the aura doesn't mean you have to use it.
This is amazing.
I forgot to pick a die, but you know.
Mhm.
It's-
Oh no.
So that's 6.
Cool. So Cosna's just like, guys, and then does this and creates rainbow snow every fucking where. Banira is like, this is right after Banira was all like, that kind of talent is wasted on you people. No offense. And then you do this and just gets the snow everywhere.
and
in your
it's
office.
also just a blinding.
And Banira screams, not out of fear, out of pure academic rage. She's like, what are you doing? You got snow all over all of my these theses. They're gonna be you get out of my office, you horrible Drasu. I swear to Sharis, I will put your head on a pike once I finish drying off these papers. Ah!
And that, kids, is why grad students are never going to be a real threat to anyone. I will commit brutal, bloody murder eventually. I have work to do first.
Once I get enough, and then you're dead.
She's like frantically trying to wipe the snow off of things, but everything is so cluttered and there's so much on the floor, like so many papers and things on the floor, that she's wiping off the snow from like one thing onto another thing, is freaking out.
Guys,
like,
I can handle this, guys.
I-
I can fix everything.
Houndrel, I
please,
figured
Houndrel.
out. Houndrel, you know what to do. Vacuum portal.
No,
Suck
I
the
was
snow
just
up.
Are you going to time reverse this whole room?
Yes, guys, I can see the future and the past. I
No,
know
no.
where to go.
I see it. I see the cosmos.
I see everything.
Okay. Houndrel, roll intelligence plus affinity.
I'm spending a willpower because this would be hilarious if this works.
Good.
I'm gonna spend my 11. Or I'm gonna just roll my wizard dice for this too.
Yes.
How much of our power can we spend fucking around in Banira's office?
Oh boy, that is 9 successes.
Okay. Awesome. So,
The coffee
Houndrel,
has no longer
you
been
can
made.
see the present, the past, and the future, and you know that they are all that the distinctions between those three things are meaningless. That they are just a construct of how limited mortal brains need to experience time in 3 dimensions. But you are 4-dimensional. No, you are 5-dimensional. Scratch that. You are as many dimensions as you want to be. You reach through your portal. You made a portal at some point
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're not sure when.
and touched the
Because
wall.
time is meaningless.
And touch the wall behind that portal. And there is this rushing sensation. And your vision frays at the edges. Shades of black and black and black and black assails your senses. For you, these are all different colors, obviously.
You're Belderbian.
And when your vision goes back to being like regular, you are standing face to face with you, but the face is upside down.
Spider-Man kiss.
Oh no.
You are in a room in Orthor that you recognize. Takes you a couple of moments of looking around and of realizing that you are in fact standing on the ceiling, hanging down, much like Spider-Man. You are in Snotty Rune's bedroom, looking at a frozen timed version of yourself stealing from her jewelry box.
Oh,
Some
hey.
year ago now? What do?
Is other Houndrel moving, or is he frozen too?
No, he's frozen too.
It's just
What
You have,
did you do?
you have achieved the 2 layers of Warudo.
Where you are walking on the ceiling.
AJ, there's only one thing you can do.
High five myself.
No, you steal Houndrel's stuff.
Okay, so first high five yourself, though.
Yes. When he doesn't move, I just smack him in the face. Like, this is what you get for leaving me hanging.
High five, free slap.
But now I'm just confused. Just like, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to go find Benira.
Okay. Okay. Where do you go?
I just walk out of the office.
Okay, so you walk out of Headmistress Snuddyroon's bedroom,
I'm still on the ceiling.
correct? You are.
I have to like climb over like what is like the separation between the ceiling and like the door.
Yeah. You see Snuddyroon and her sister Kaless, or not sister, you see
Guardian.
Guardian Kaless, and you see Nemaril and Adimarka. Or was it Adimarka? I think it was.
Yeah, I think
No, no, Fionlar was here at this point.
Oh.
Nemaril and Fiamlar and Kazna?
I believe that's
Probably.
correct.
Whoever was there, frozen in time as they are like walking out of the office. Kaless is incredibly scowly. Snoddy is smirking sardonically.
And so I leave. I walk outside,
Okay.
close the door behind me because I wasn't raised in a barn.
Okay.
Interesting note. I'm pretty sure the door was open before you got to it, but continue.
It was. So, because currently the rest of your party was walking out of that door.
I
Like,
believe you just shut the door in somebody's nose, but continue.
So, and I just guess I'm gonna go to like the Crescent section of Orthor by maybe where her office is, like where I know her office.
okay, you directions are hard, especially
when
whenever
you're
you
on
are
the
on the ceiling.
And when you're Houndrill.
And when you're Houndrill, and you end up on this skylight over the library.
I just like look left, look right, look up, which is actually down.
You know where you are. You're like, okay, I've clearly taken a few wrong turns, but now I am in the library and I am on the skylight.
There are no wrong turns, just sequitus path.
You look down. You look
Oh.
through the skylight and see the cosmic illusion above you, and because the cosmic illusion is also frozen in time.
Double
It makes
frozen
it a
in
lot-
time.
What's that?
Double frozen in time.
Double frozen in time. It's a lot easier to see that, like, since you know it is there and since the cosmic illusion is also frozen in time, you squint and you're like, oh yeah, that's where the Ninth Tower is. I remember that.
Oh yeah, but this is not my mission right now.
You have a far more important mission.
So you continue and eventually find your way back to Benira's office.
Is Benira in here?
So you open the door and you go into the office, and Benira is here, in fact. And so is a male Drowloth with her, and you have walked in on a couple double frozen in time making out in a graduate student office.
Oh no.
This is again not important to my mission. Are there post-it notes?
Yes, there are post-it notes. There are a lot of fucking post-it notes.
I take a post-it note, write down on it is, keep your papers organized, and when the Drow Su comes into your office 1 year from now, don't give him coffee.
This is
So-
not how I expected this to go, but
So,
I have to figure out where to put this.
Okay, yeah, you do.
In the
you
coffee
do.
machine.
No, I'm gonna put it on the guy's face.
That's what I wanted you to do. That's what I was hoping you would do.
Because, like, what would be obvious? It's like,
What's going to be obvious to her in this moment?
and probably a little bit emotionally scarring.
Oh, there's a reason Hadril's Addy Marcus' favorite.
Just like
Okay. So
another post-it note. P.S. You could do so much better. Slap it on his face again.
you don't even know this guy.
I don't.
No,
but
but
that's
this
what-
guy in particular.
That's the exact reason I'm doing this.
Okay.
Who's this douchebag?
Who's this douchebag?
Never mind, I don't care.
So
I have to do Addy markup proud. I've gone 2 layers deep. I can't use my powers for good.
Can't use it for
That-
good or for evil.
that needs to go on the quotes page. Quote Hadril, I can't use my powers for good.
On it.
So okay, you go ahead and put your sticky notes on. You know, take a minute to make sure that you've lined them up just where you think is the optimal placement, which it's on the guy's face, but where exactly on his face? I want to know.
Just like on the forehead.
On his forehead. Nice.
And then no, the other one is on like crotch.
It's on his crotch?
You know,
Wow.
PS. Oh boy. And I'm like, okay. Well, the rest is up to her. I've done all I can. Spoilers, he has not done all he can.
All right.
He had not.
Narrator, he had not done very much at all. No,
Here's
okay.
my last question. Do you sign the notes?
No.
You don't even draw a dagger on them or anything?
Oh yes, the dagger. That is the Houndrel. Okay, that is the Houndrel signature.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
You see the edges of your vision blurring into black again, and with a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment, you phase back through time, and so Waterdo ends. You are back in the room, in
It's
the
still
office.
covered in snow.
It is still covered in snow.
You did
Vanira
it.
is still freaking out, but just as she realizes that she's not going to be able to actually clean any of actually put the snow anywhere that it's not harming things. You see her she's on her knees gathering up papers, trying to clean them off of the floor quickly. You see her look up and catch a glimpse of all of the knives you have under your coat, and her eyes go wide.
You didn't listen to my post-it note.
That was what?
I said I'd fix the issue, and I went fix. Didn't listen to me.
That was you. She stands up and gets in your face. It's like but how in the you can't
Honestly,
just-
Houndrel, I'm surprised you didn't just steal her coffee maker.
I just sigh. It's like, oh yeah, that would have worked too.
No, it wouldn't have. How can you say something that's so horrible?
It's like, I just shrug. It's like, I tried my best.
Did
That
you
guy
though?
broke up with me over that. We had a big fight about it. Yeah, Yanja, I don't do practical jokes. I told him. He must have. She slaps you,
This is not the first time.
turns around, and just screams wordlessly.
Well, I can see my help is not wanted anymore. I just.
I'm doing snow angels.
Oh god. Just
Whenever
in her papers.
it's just in the papers, in everything. Andrew, when you turn to leave, do you just walk out the door like a normal person?
What are
Or are
his
you
options?
teleporting away? This is important.
I'm probably just gonna walk out the door.
Okay. When you turn to leave, Vanira turns, sees that you're leaving, and shouts, "No, you can't leave yet!"
Like, turn
then
around.
I mean, you have to help me clean this up first.
I did my best.
Your best was stupid and
Yes,
cost me
it
a
was.
boyfriend.
I leave again.
No, she like lunges after you and like tries to grab at your sleeve.
At this point, I'm going to portal.
She gets a hold of your sleeve just as you phase out of existence and yells, "Shit! No!" Runs out into the hallway and looks back and forth. Where did you portal to?
Probably the ceiling.
Of this room?
Of her office or like the hallway or the library? Like where exactly are you trying to go?
Probably like the way we came in.
So the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. So Benira like swiftly looks back and forth, sees you're walking on the ceiling, starts chasing you. It's like, no, come back. Come back.
No, I can see where I'm not wanted. I can take a hint. Never be said that scoundrel can't read social cues.
Ah, look, okay, if I say I'm sorry and that if I say I'm sorry, will you come back?
To be honest, I've also started to grow bored, and I have way too much energy to stay in one place, so I'm leaving anyways. You can follow us. Come on, let's go. Adventure. It's time for an adventure.
Oh god.
Come on, Fiatlar.
He said the magic word.
Oh, Sharis.
Benira turns around and like tries to ineffectually push. Well, actually, Fionlar's not that strong. Pushes Fionlar. It's like, no, you have to stay here. You have to stay here for a little bit longer.
Why?
Because
Benira?
I miss you and we haven't caught up, and
That's a lie and you know it.
because I need your help with my research project and to clean
You
this
won't even
snow
tell me
off.
what your project is, Benira.
It's
You could just hear Houndrel yelling adventure down in the hallway.
Oh, Sharis, if I don't stop him now, everyone's going to die.
why?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I've known him long enough not to trust him.
Maybe I can help.
Oh, Sharis.
You have the two stupidest people I knew, Mark. In Orthor by I was about to say unadulterated, but without adult supervision.
Unadulterated. Without adultery.
Benira like looks back and forth between Fionlar and Kazna. Finally, is just like, whatever, just go, I guess.
Would you like a hug?
What? No.
Oh, okay.
Kazna, when has
Ew.
anyone ever wanted to hug you?
I don't know. It was worth a shot.
So do you guys leave her office?
Yeah.
You have to find Houndrel.
As you walk away, you see through the door, which is ajar, mostly because you can't close it right now. There are books and papers in the way and snow. You see her like standing in her office and just kind of like slowly kneel down onto the floor, then lay down on the floor, curl into the fetal position.
Welcome to
Another successful mission.
Clan Umarth successfully interacts with people.
That's what you get for trying to spy on us.